Good morning, Atlanta Falcons fans. Good morning, Facebook fans. Good morning, Twitter/X fans. Good morning, everybody's fans. Well, everybody's Falcons.
I'm sorry.
Gesundheit, bless you, salud, and a bunch of other languages. Hopefully, everyone is doing fine on this wonderful ATL morning in the ATL. You have joined the For My ATL Sports 1 Falcons morning show for Monday morning, December the 9th, 2024. I am with my illustrious co host, Mr. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown. Also, Mr. C Dub. C Dub, I gotta get something that rhymes with C Dub. I gotta make it zing when I drop it.
C
Uh,
double, not C double can't keep him in a bubble. We'll work on it, but it's something there.
work on it. That's not a bad
Yeah.
start. That's not a bad start, Ladarius.
Here's trouble. It's C double.
You know that one is probably more apropos.
Yeah. Screw my idea. We'll go with yours.
Not gonna say that. We can work on it, guys. Anyway, as you know, we're here to talk about these Atlanta Falcons on this fine Monday morning. Oh, what an adventure yesterday was! But as we so often do on this show, the first thing we're gonna do this morning is cue the music. C Dub, get ready to boogie. Here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Falcon fans. Good morning, everyone. C Dub did his normal. It's time to boogie Monday in the morning. Ladarius joined us a little bit. You know,
Yeah, I don't want to take away his thunder, so I
I see you. I see you. You're being a good dude, and it was me in the background. So, guys, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Again, you know the co-host. You know what we're here to talk about. We're talking about these Atlanta Falcons, but first, some positive news. Good morning, my brother, my little big brother, Eric Parker is in the chat. Good morning, bro. How you doing? Hopefully, all
morning.
well. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So let's start with some positive news. The Bulldogs did win the SEC championship over the weekend. What a game that was! Extended into OT. Our first string quarterback was injured. Probably will not be available, although I haven't checked, so I could be wrong. But doesn't look like he's going to be available for the next game. But we've got some time. I think we at least have a bye, so we will see what that's about. But guys, great game, great victory for the Dogs. I believe we are now the number 2 seed. We earned a first round bye, and we're looking pretty good. C Dub and or Ladarius, did you guys get a chance to check out that game this weekend?
I ended up having to catch up on it because I was working a wrestling event, but it was quite hilarious because we were getting notifications and stuff. And then the promoter's wife was actually watching it on her phone. So when we went into intermission, it actually was in overtime. And we're watching, and she's like, "We're going to score." And I was like, "Holy crap, we are." And we scored. So I announced it to the crowd. It actually got the biggest pop in the show. So it was awesome. I mean, first of all, Texas, just call us daddy. That's all we need you to know.
Wow.
This is our conference. You the 5, we the 2s. Because, we're not the ones. So, I can't just say we're the ones. But anyway, well, actually, I could. But I'm not going to go there. I just did that. So anyway.
In the SEC, you can say that.
We the one. We the one in SEC. So anyway, this is our house. You come to the Georgia, and you got beat again. We own you.
Quarterback. With our back quarterback.
Even worse, we beat you with a guy named Gunner. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Wow.
And then they brought in another guy named Bobo. You know that's messed up.
That, as a matter of fact, we got a fourth, and we faked a punt with the guy named Bobo. It was his son. It was his son who caught the punt and then lateraled it or passed it to the receiver on the sweep or whatever. But yeah, man, great call. Great. Tell you what,
Look.
outcoached. I think Kirby thoroughly outcoached.
Yes. Yeah, I think when you look at Kirby, people, want to make fun of Kirby and stuff, but man, Kirby learned from Nick Saban, but not just that, but Kirby also learned from his mistakes. Remember, he had some duds too in the SEC. Yeah. And it's kind of hard for Ladarius to talk about Georgia because, we're not going to go there.
No, but I had thoughts, but I guess my thought. Listen, I'm good.
No. Actually, I do want to know because hold on, I got to give my boy Ladarius a shout out. He was helping me because I had a very hard avenue to watch the wrestling show that I was at. My boy was giving me updates for NXT, so I got to say thank you, Ladarius. You were the MVP, my brother.
That's my contribution. That's my contribution. It's. Sometimes, you got to be like, sometimes you got to score points. Sometimes you got to be, it's like LeBron, the back of his career. All about points, but in the back end of your career, it's all about helping everybody else.
There you go.
You were the man. I couldn't have done it without you.
It's a team sport, C-Dub. It's a team sport. That's all he's saying. So, Ladarius, we're going to ignore C-Dub's statement. What did you think about the
championship? I watched the game. And one of the things, I just want to talk about, we always talk about coaching on here. It's the nerd in me to talk about coaching and quarterbacks. When we talk about Kirby Smart, like we have to remind people that listen, he's won back-to-back national. Listen, he learned under Nick Saban, and I think the one thing about Kirby that we have to give credit for is that listen, we went all in. People thought it was Carson Beck, and then listen, got Gunnar Stockton. Like that sounds like that sounds like a point guard, like Gunnar Stockton.
He sounds like a pilot in the movie Top Gun 3.
Yeah. Hey,
the reject.
Who's fun to play? Oh, maybe Gunnar. Great.
Gunnar. It's Gunnar.
But another thing is, I think Georgia exposed Texas. They had a real issue on the offensive line. Texas does. And somehow Georgia figured it out because that's what great teams do. Because we talk about, Georgia had a slow start. Listen, for Georgia, the little time off, getting that second seed, get a little help, and then also having Travis Etienne helped a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So they were missing that element. I'm interested in how their running game would have looked without but he looked great. Listen, Georgia looked great. Texas still has some things to kind of work out. Listen, they're going to be okay, but I'm not saying them to be on upset alert because they got to figure out that offensive line. And anytime the pass rush can get to Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
And so, it was a great game. Mm-hmm. And listen, in overtime games, they go well together. So when it gets to,
they really do. They really do. I was afraid. I'm gonna tell you something, Ladarius, because I knew that it didn't seem like there were any pass plays for Gunnar or plays for Gunnar because he looks like he's an RPO guy. Looks like he's a running QB.
Yeah,
and he was having those passes were short screens and quick outs. It didn't really seem like there was a game plan and stuff. Which I mean, how could it be, right?
Yeah.
So I was concerned that if it did go to OT, they would get the better of us. But the fact that it held them to a field goal, and then we were able to matriculate from the 25 or the 30, wherever we were, and score that touchdown, that was great. And kudos to that kid, man. Kudos to Gunnar Stockton. It takes a lot of heart to get in there, bro. You're talking about entering in the SEC championship. This isn't the game against Pen and Pencil University. This is the SEC championship. I mean, dude, what a performance. You got to do that hard, man. And again, what a great coaching job by Kirby, really, and Bobo to coach this kid up to score what he ended up scoring, 14, 10 point, whatever. But whatever they did, look it. I got to give him credit for that. I really do. Great job, Georgia. Great job all around.
Yeah.
All right, unfortunately, we have to shift gears to our beloved Atlanta Falcons.
That's our show, folks. We'll see you next time. All right.
Take care.
We gotta. Unfortunately, we have to talk about our beloved Atlanta Falcons. First, we are going to start around the league as it pertains to our Atlanta Falcons. So, our next two opponents, the Bucks, the Raiders played the Bucks and they lost 28-13. Being that we lost, we are now in second place, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in first place. But alas, it is not over. And secondly, the Saints beat the Giants. So the Saints gained a game on us. And ironically, the Giants are our next opponent after the Raiders. So we go into Las Vegas Monday night. Oh, yes. Guys, I can't make this stuff up. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? America, are you ready for this?
America's like,
I don't know if I'm ready for it Monday night.
I got plans.
Sports 1 morning show chat family who's watching this show right now. Are you ready for this? We are taking on one Desmond Ridder come Monday night. I cannot make this stuff up.
Tip Moore. I gotta say this. Tip Moore has brought this to existence. I blame him.
Oh my goodness. Where is Chris this morning anyway? We ought to see if we can't get him on the show. Jeez, man. We have a showdown in Las Vegas. Let's call this entire year the Poetic Justice tour, because look it, we played Arthur Smith, we played Dan. Kirk played the Vikings yesterday. Next week we're gonna face Ridder, and Kirk's gonna face Washington a few weeks after. So I mean, this really is a revenge tour for the Falcons and former Falcons players and coaches and guys.
Listen, I prefer the Taylor Swift Eras tour over this, so I'm just gonna put that out there. That was a way more enjoyable tour than whatever's going on. Back to you. I don't even take your
guys. This is crazy. So Chun and Adrian Walton says, "Good morning, good morning, good morning." Birdo, 95 North. What up, Birdo? Morning, early birds. Good morning, Birdo. Yeah. We got a face. We literally face. What the hell was that, C-Duck? Whoa, what was that? A dirt? Oh, what was that?
You don't remember? You don't remember George of the Jungle?
Oh, George of the
Jungle. Yeah, with Brandon Fraser, the Turkey Boy.
Only you remember that.
Oh, wow.
I saw the movie and I don't remember.
No, I love George of the Jungle.
Oh, wait.
That's like a classic for this household. We still quote lines from that thing.
You guys remember Tom Slick? Tom Slick. It came on after George of the Jungle. You have to. Oh my God.
Okay. I'm still stuck in the movie, but yeah, as a kid, I've watched a lot of stuff.
Well, the millennial me doesn't remember that. So
Berto says there's no question Ladarius is an unsung hero. Wow.
Listen, that is a honored comment. That's one of the best comments we had on this show.
Ladarius, yeah, coming from Big B, who left us.
I just want to know how much you pay him before the start of each show. I'm just kidding.
Listen, fun fact, you can not pay people to be nice to you. Listen.
Oh, wow.
Listen, just because your checkbook has to be cut for doesn't mean mine has to be cut for, all right? I sit on the dinero. I don't have to pay people to be nice to me. I just naturally am.
I knew it was coming. So, guys, all right, we got to talk about this. We are facing Ridder on Monday. We cannot lose against Desmond Ridder. We cannot. Okay? We cannot. Oh, we have Miss Trey Watson on here this morning. Guys, this is a very good friend of mine from way back in the day. Good, and you know what? Very nice of her. Thank you. She doesn't like podcasts. So that's so nice. Thank you, Miss Trey. How you doing? Thank you. Wow, that's very nice. All right, so guys, we cannot lose to Ridder. We cannot lose to Ridder. We cannot. I mean, guys, I'm not saying it's the apocalypse, right? I'm not saying the earth is going to shift off its axis, but holy cheese balls. If we lose to Desmond Ritter in Las Vegas, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to need therapy. Desmond Ritter. Desmond, I throw picks. You know what? I can't even talk trash about Desmond because I think our quarterback has more interceptions and
I
fumbles
was
than
gonna say, like, wait,
He does.
oh my God.
We got
Oh
to
my
put some
God.
respect on Ritter's name.
Oh
Oh my
my
God.
Ritter.
wow.
Oh,
Guys. So look at guys. Uh, let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. So I'm watching the game yesterday, right? My brother said LBB says wait, BLB. I'm LBB. Wait,
oh
I'm
boy.
little big brother.
Are
He's
you?
big little brother.
I was about to say, are you BBL?
No, no, no.
BBL. I'm like, wait. I'm
I'm
like,
not
wait, what? How's
Will.
he?
I'm not
Those
BBL.
are expensive. That explains the
No,
checkbook.
no, 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 no,
That's
no.
where the money's going. All right.
BBL. I'm not BBL. So anyway, my brother says we ain't losing no more. Eric, I seriously hope so. Guys, I'm watching a game yesterday, and up to the third quarter, we're in it. We're doing okay. I know Kirk threw the interception. They didn't score off of it. We get the ball back. Then comes the fumble. It's 28-21, and all hell breaks loose. Thanks, bro. I'm LBB. All hell breaks loose, right? So I look it. I know Kirk threw an interception yesterday. I get it. I know he did. But I feel like the turning point in the game is when Ray fumbles. They get the ball back. It's got to be inside the 20 or inside the 30 at some point. And they go back and they score. And the one thing I've noticed about Kirk, if we're down by one score and it's late, Kirk's okay. He can manage. But if it gets to two scores and we're in the third or fourth quarter, Kirk panics. There's an extra sense of urgency, and Kirk makes a bad decision. That second interception, I don't know who that was on. It looked like Kirk thought that Pitts was going to turn up and look for the pass, just straight up. And it looked like Pitts was trying to go more of a post route. I don't look it. I don't hear what they said. It really looked like Kirk just didn't see where he was going. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the predetermined hot route was, so I can't say. But guys, one thing we can say, Kirk tends to panic if there's a two possession lead late. Those are my thoughts. Ladarius, C-Dub, what say you guys? What are your thoughts on that?
You want to go, Ladarius?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Look, this was a usual Falcons game. This really was. Because, okay, you had a really bad game. So what happens? We show life. We play. And we make plays. They even were running the ball. They even had Algiers coming from the what was it? The fullback spot to make a play. All right. So I'm going to actually give some kudos. I mean, it looked like we were actually getting some stuff together.
It did.
But then the things I've said came home to roost. Zach was like, I got to get my game. I got to get my controller. We can't run the ball. I got to throw the ball. I like throwing the ball. I'm a whiz kid. I'm going to Oklahoma State and throwing the ball. And then Kurt, man's tight booty syndrome. He's got TBS, especially when he starts getting hit. That man's booty gets tight. He starts shortening those throats. Guys, I know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it.
Pause. Go ahead.
Okay.
Double pause, option right, left hook, corner post, skinny right. Ready, break.
But this man, guys, if you watched him handing the football off, it was actually a horror show because he was like just tossing the thing. And it's like, I'm watching it and I'm just going, and then you see, all right, Eric, I saw you. Then you see Eric, or I said Eric, Then you see the Vikings. What do they do? And what did I say? Aiden O'Connell, we need to start putting some respect on this man because he's a dang good coach. He's got Sam Darnold running around. When they do play action, you sell the play action. You roll out. You roll to the left. You roll to the right. Guys, and then the play on the touchdown where John Cena attacked Alford. I mean, that's really the only thing. I mean, or he was just trying to give him a high five and fell on his face.
John Cena.
Yeah, because you can't see him. I mean, that's the invisible man came out and attacked Alford. He distracted him because that's who he was looking for. Yeah, he heard the music and he was like, "Oh, John!" And he's like, "Oh no!" I mean, I played the role
of Cody. My baby didn't need me anymore.
Man, leave Cody alone. We don't speak ill of Cody Rhodes. He cured racism, pal. I remember that promo, and it still touched my heart.
Oh man, where's the Nobel Prize if he did all of that?
You know what? AEW should have given him one. I'll tell you what. Tony Khan's given. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're not on that show Wednesday. Yeah, but be there.
Jacksonville's giving away a lot of things.
Oh yeah, they are. I mean, but
better not lose to no damn Ritter.
Oh God, guys. Yeah. Guys, we already are. Look, our coach is doing this. He's on the boat and he's sinking, but he's still doing. I'm going with Kurt, blah, 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 because Kurt has 8 interceptions, no touchdowns in the 4 weeks. But that's a month.
He threw for 338 yards.
I don't care. Come on, man. That don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing.
Advocate, C-Dub. He threw for 338. Look, we rushed the ball for 158 yards. We outgained them yesterday. We outgained them by like 100 yards. The unfortunate thing is, I think we threw 100 yards the other way as well.
Yeah, and the penalties. Let's not talk about that, apparently.
Right.
I mean, look, and here's the thing. Whenever the Falcons get in a spot where the momentum shifts, this team has lost the ability to step up and literally face the adversity. Kurt gets, and the only way I can describe it is that TBS syndrome. He just gets tight, and the throws aren't right. Yes.
What does TBS stand for again? I lost track.
You know what?
Tight
Stop it.
booty syndrome.
Thank you so
tight
much.
booty syndrome. Look, we're not stirring up anything. So the people. I learned this from Andy Bunker and Jarvis Davis. They would talk about it. They said, this team suffers from TBS. And I was like, man, what's TBS? And I remember tweeting Jarvis. And I was like, bro, help a brother out. I didn't know this. And he goes, I got you. Tight booty syndrome. And I was like, man, you don't want to be booty. So you know what? That's it. And look, that boat's coming. All right. That boat is sinking. We got Jimmy Lake Lanier. We got Zach, I want to go to OK State. And Rob pointing up the ones going, we're with Kurt. Bloop, 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 bloop. I mean, he's going down with the ship. And look, that game. I mean, and look, the defense, think about it. Terry, what have you said about the defense? We don't give up big plays. We gave up big plays. Aiden O'Connell said, I got Sam Darnold. Watch this. Hey, Justin Jefferson beat us. And he had to score a touchdown in 2 months.
Here's the thing about that, right? Here's the thing about that. Okay, because you are right, but there's a caveat to that. And number one, that was a phantom freaking call they did on that field goal. So that touchdown shouldn't have occurred because he didn't pull it. He fell. I didn't see him hold anything. It's almost like, hey guys, we need the Vikings to cover the spread. Let's call a penalty here. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you guys said you wanted blitzes, right? C-Dub, I remember you specifically saying, all you do is play back. So we blitzed on that and we missed. And the secondary let them open, but we at least were aggressive yesterday. And unfortunately, if you're going to blitz and you're going to go into zero coverage, that is going to happen from time to time. That's going to, it shouldn't, but that's going to happen, right? That's going to happen. Now, what I will say, we were aggressive yesterday. I think once that second turnover happened, we just lost it. We ran out of wind. And that starts from leadership. And honestly, I look to Kirk because I like Kirk Cousins. I think he is a good quarterback, but maybe he needs to pull a John Smoltz and go and talk to a sports psychologist because honestly, from what I've seen of him this year, and I've heard Vikings fans talk about this, right? As long as Kirk is, if it's in the second half, as long as Kirk is down by a single score, he's okay. But if they get down by 2 scores, he goes into panic mode. He makes irrational decisions and bad plays.
Look, I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is this. Everything we were told, oh, we're going to be this, we're going to be that, we're none of it. And I'm going to keep saying it. I look at Raheem because he's the coach. I'm not saying to bench Kurt, by the way. I want people to understand that because I'm just looking at it going, he won't. The only person that can bench Kurt is Raheem, and he's not going to do it. He's got that pride, baby. He's going down with the ship.
So it's interesting you say that. You know what? I'm talking way too much. Ladarius, you there, buddy? I'm talking way too much. I need your input. Who's the guy? Oh God, from AJC, all the Falcons.
Leno, baby. Why you forget about me?
That dude.
I just remember it.
He was saying that Michael Penix is not ready. That's also a reason they haven't gone to him. I'm interested, Ladarius and C-Dub. Let's start with Ladarius. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Penix is ready? Do you think Penix is ready? Mm-hmm. And if he, okay, number one, do you think Penix is ready? And I'll open that up to you, Ladarius, because C-Dub and I have been talking way too much. Your thoughts?
Listen, the check's in the mail. I'm already got. It's good. I just sit back and listen.
No, sir. What you got? Your thoughts seriously on Penix if he's ready, or if you think he's ready, or if you think that's why they haven't gone to him.
Yeah, I'm sure the check's in the mail. What are you doing? Okay, fine. No, the best way to answer is this: if Penix was ready, I kind of felt Raheem would have probably. To me, it's not an issue of whether he's ready or not. It's a matter of whether Raheem wants to give up on Kurt or not. That's the bigger question in all of this. Because even if Penix is ready, penultimately, is Raheem willing? Because at the end of the day, he has to make the decision on this. Whether Penix Jr. is healthy or not, or whether he's ready or not. I'm not saying it doesn't matter because it just feels like Raheem is tied to Kurt. And by essentially benching Kurt, that's a signal to it's a signal that we've given up on the season. Not necessarily saving it, but it's a feel that most people would feel. But whether Penix, I kind of believe he is sort of ready, but I just think he's not ready to give up on Kurt. And that to me is a greater concern because like Eric said, there's 100 million reasons why Penix is not starting. Raheem is not going to simply bench Kirk Cousins because he doesn't want to give up on Kurt until the wheels absolutely fall off. And sometimes it's like the old saying, like pride comes before destruction. That's essentially what Raheem is doing right now. He will be willing to put Kurt out there with, one leg, one arm, and get him under center because he understands that Kurt is the only guy possibly to help turn around this ship, whether we believe it or not. It doesn't necessarily it doesn't necessarily matter whether we think that, Raheem thinks that, because then if we do put in Penix, is Penix the better option than Cousins to win football games? Because we're not exactly out of the playoff. It's slim, but it doesn't mean we're out.
Yeah.
So I guess to put a button on, I want to take any more time, but the best way to put this is this. I understand to a degree what Raheem is doing by saying, hey, I got to stick with Kurt because there's money involved. Yes, that's a big reason. But another big reason is that, hey, he's hoping Kurt turns this around. Listen, he hoped he would turn around against Minnesota, against the team he used to play, his former team.
Yeah.
Didn't work. So if he doesn't turn it on under the bright lights of Monday Night Football against a 2-11 Raiders team,
yeah,
then Raheem has to go back to that podium, come next Monday, on Monday, Tuesday morning, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, and explain, like, listen, like, how do you justify Kurt if we lose on Monday night? How do you justify it? So
I agree with you 100%. That is a reality I'm not ready for. Bro, if we lose this game come Monday, let me tell you something. That is not going to be a fun week for anybody. Podcasters alone are feeling it, let alone the Falcons.
Yeah.
If you jettison, which we did, we jettisoned or got rid of Ritter. Not only did we jettison him, but in the interview with Raheem initially, he said, if it weren't for the quarterback play, I might not be here. If you do that and then turn around and lose.
Oh, are you saying that his checks are cashing? Are you saying that? Hold on.
I'm not saying
because
that.
hold on. Because Raheem has a record. He's lost to Arthur Smith, the coach that was here last year. And then you're going against the quarterback that was here last year. I'm just saying, look, all right, hold on. I want to say this. Kirk Cousins, first quarterback to go 4 straight games in a single season without a touchdown and at least 8 interceptions. That has not happened since 2005 by who?
Oh, that's Brett Favre.
Mr.
Or Brett Favre, for those who
I sling balls. Wait.
Yep. Whoa.
Yeah. Pause yourself.
I can't say tight booty syndrome.
He can't say TBS, but you can say
balls. I meant I sling football.
No, you did.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's what I meant. I did. Go ahead, C-Dub. What were you saying?
Man, look, it's like this. We're seeing everything, okay? We see Kurt obviously isn't doing the job. Is Michael Penix ready? Well, did you remember the preseason? He only played 1 game. And who made that call? Raheem. So Raheem has done everything in his power to tell you he's sticking with Kurt. And if he has to bend the knee and get Penix to come and play to save the season, I really believe he will not do it. He will cut his nose to spite his face. And then go on the record and go, hey, guys, hey, how you doing? Hey, yes, we are not happy. You can't turn the ball over, but I like to fight in this team, and everyone's getting cookies and milk. I wanted everyone, because, no, there's no repercussions. Stop asking about last year. I wasn't here. That's the only time he gets mad. He wants to flare the nostrils.
You said he took the team to McDonald's. Is that what you said? Are you saying?
Yeah, he got no. He didn't take him to McDonald's. Homeboy went to Sonic's and gave him that nasty ass food.
Oh wow! All right, so guys, I want to touch on something, right? But first off, let me get my brother. I'm sorry. My brother says it looks like they're trolling us. Raheem says stats are for losers, but we had to have sacks. He gave us the stats below, but now we're losing. Okay, fair point.
Well, I mean, we haven't won the game.
I really want to touch on something because there was a monumental occurrence in the sports world last night, and we have to touch on it, or we're not doing our jobs as podcasters.
Yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
So, Mateo says, even special teams giving up the ball. Yesterday was an all-around bad game for the whole team. Pro sports, the top paid players usually see most playtime. I want to focus on top paid, right? I want to focus on top page.
Yeah.
All right. There was a contract given yesterday in the Major League Baseball.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, come on. That
Yeah, I saw it.
15-year bull crap.
It was for $765 million. And guess what?
Mets gonna Met.
With certain contract escalators, it can be $800 million. In other words, it's 200 million short of a billion. Guys, look, I am 54 years old. Never in the history of ever did I imagine that we would be in a time where somebody who plays sports would get a contract like that. I told that to my wife this morning, right? I told that to my wife this morning, my lovely wife, Kimberly. And her immediate response was, get the blank. Well, she didn't say that because, she wouldn't say that. But the look on her face was like, get the blank out of here. Like, are you serious? Like, they're working people out here just working hard and with inflation and everything afford it. And these guys are getting this. Dude, 765 million. And the thing about it is these things are cyclical, right? So to tie it back to Falcons and football, your top quarterback right now is making what, 60 million?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dak is making 60 million. I don't know if he's the top quarterback. The next large contract is probably gonna be $65 million a year. What do you guys think about that? Like, I mean, what do we think about that? Just your honest thoughts. C-Dub, I'll start with you. Give me your thoughts on that.
I mean, you're gonna pay whatever you feel your quarterback's worth, okay? And that's the team doing it. We don't pay nobody, or we don't negotiate in that contract. All right. I think it's ridiculous. I have said, if there was a way you can actually, keep the salary cap, but maybe waive or not waive, but kind of put the quarterback in an echelon to itself because of how much money they get. But because no matter what, it's almost like everybody's going to get a big contract. I just personally, it's like this. They're going to pay what they're going to pay. Do I think they're worth it? No, they're not. And we're not, look, and also I got to say this. I want to go back real quick. Penix isn't playing. You did not play him throughout the preseason. You had him watching. He has a couple of snaps here and there. If you're serious about him playing, wouldn't you have to switch the offensive line positioning? And if you're not ready to do that and deal with new communications and calls, things gonna happen. I'm gonna say it like Tiff Moore just said. It ain't gonna happen. Raw won't do it. And Raw, I think, after writing all those checks in the offseason, and I kept telling people, he's writing checks his body ain't gonna cash. We're gonna see. I think he'll be one and done. Him, and by the way, no extension talk for Terry.
Wow.
All those jokers are gone. I mean, guys, what have we done if we go out looking like this and we lose to Ritter, can someone tell me what have we done better than Arthur Smith? Because remember what he said. We're not going to be like that next year. We're not going to be like, I'm a quarterback away. He wanted his quarterback and his coordinators. He's got them all. And this is the effort.
C-Dub, you got a point. You're scaring me. But you got a point. My guy A1 from day one, Chris says, "What's up, fellas? 100." Chris, how you doing this morning, man? Hopefully you're doing all right. Mateo says Sonics is better than McDonald's.
We're gonna fight, Mateo. We're gonna fight now.
It depends on the McDonald's you go to. Now, I will admit, there's some McDonald's that are, whew. But
I mean, the Sonics that I go to is rarely open. That's why I threw them under the bus. So yeah.
No, it depends. But I could see his point. Mateo says, I wish I could see a million. Hell yeah, me too. Shit. My brother laughed. Eric Parker says inflation. What are you gonna do?
That's a hell of an inflation.
Play football, but city streets be full of potholes and homeless people. Oh, Mateo's killing them this morning. That's a whole other subject.
Yeah, Mateo.
A1 not gonna do it, y'all, and he's not. So, guys, we're gonna shift. Let's get into fact or fiction this morning, and fact or fiction this morning for us. Really, C-Dub kind of ties into what you were doing and what you were saying. Give me 1 sec. Let me go ahead and bring up the banner here for fact or fiction. So,
I had some thoughts on it, but
D-Dub. Oh, fact or fiction.
No, no, it's okay. It's all right.
No, go ahead.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm listen.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just go ahead.
YouTube been doing great. YouTube been doing great.
I want to hear you. I want to hear that beautiful voice.
You really don't want to hear it. No, people don't want to hear it. No,
I do.
The banner's already up, so we got to do fact or fiction. The banner's already up.
We're trying to get Ladarius to come out of his shell because he's first and foremost great talent. And if you haven't seen his writing, he's a wonderful writer, great talent. But sometimes, he gets a little shy. So that's why we try and get him to come out of his shell because he kind of retreats. But he does great content. He's an outstanding writer.
Yeah.
He funny as all get out and extremely talented. So anyway, but to Ladarius's point, we're gonna move on with fact or fiction. So
and on that note, Darius was right. Let's go to fact or fiction. That's what forget what the other guy says. We're gonna do fact or fiction. Back to you in the studio.
Fiction is on you this morning, Ladarius. So go right ahead, my friend.
Should I keep working after that? That's the better question. Jesus. All the hype. Oh yeah, banner's already up. So
wow, here we go.
It's like, hey, you want? Listen, nope, we can't sell McMuffins. It's
10:32.
It's 10:31. Sorry.
Oh, I hated that. Like, you got a McMuffin on there.
Isn't that funny? I've had that happen. I've literally been in line waiting on breakfast and get up there and I'm like, I know you got some left. No, I'm sorry, we're serving lunch now.
Oh no, that happened to me. I got my money back. I'm like, no. Your menu on the drive-thru says, and I was waiting for half an hour. I'm like, no. So I said, no, I'm going to get my money back.
I was so mad.
Put that money back on my card immediately. So I said, what we're not going to do, if I wanted a Big Mac, I would have came here at 11 o'clock. But obviously I didn't. So
I want Steve Stark. Oh, no. No. He already peed down his leg.
I was with you right up to that, Mateo. I can't go there with you, brother. Go ahead, Ladarius. Fact or fiction? What are we doing?
All right. So, fact or fiction, sponsored by absolutely no one. Here's your first question. Kirk Cousins will finish the season as the Atlanta Falcons starting a quarterback. Is that a fact, or is that fiction?
You know what? I'm gonna defer to C though, because right now I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. If we go into Monday Night Football and we lose to Ritter, up is down, down is up. I have no idea what we're doing. C-Dub, I'm going to defer to you.
Yeah, I like Eric Parker's point. The only good thing about McDonald's is the sweet tea. Yes, you go to the right McDonald's, that sweet tea is on point. Listen,
that's what my son says too. So yeah,
how many bags of sugar? I don't care. It's good. Health later.
I like Chick-fil-A sweet tea.
Me personally, I like the bagel sausage, egg, and cheese. No, we're talking about Kirk Cousins. Something that's washed.
We're talking about something that's plain. Oh, sorry. That was Kirk Cousins.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
What do you see?
Hey, all right. And if you want to put the fries in the bag, you're washed, bro. That's Kirk. So Kirk Cousins, will he finish the season? Yes, because Raheem is going down with the ship. Bloop, 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 bloop,
We're
bloop,
going
bloop. So he's going down with the Titanic. I say he's going down with it, man. He's the captain of that boat, and he's just hold on. And he's looking at his guys going, "We did a great job, men. Men, didn't we do a great job? Why are everyone mad at me?"
Do you guys really think that they went down singing? Like, I think that's BS. You really think the band kept playing like, all right, in the key of 7?
They said get down on it. Yeah, they want it.
Get down on it.
How you gonna do it when you really don't want to dance?
Off
Oh!
the wall. Tell me. No. All right. Seriously.
I heard all the people say,
Oh my goodness. So guys,
So-
no, I look it. If we lose this game come next Monday, and if Tampa Bay wins, you might see Penix. You might not see Raheem, but you might see Penix. If we lose to the quarterback that you got rid of, basically campaigning your existence as the Falcons head coach, and you lose to this guy with your starter that you paid $180 million. I don't think. I think it's a possibility Kirk might not finish, and Raheem might get that Arthur Smith treatment where they like, hey man, don't even get on the bus with the team, bro. We need to talk. Let's have a conversation. Like if ever there was a must win, this is a must win game. I'm just saying.
Right, he's going to go up, try to open the door, and Terry's just going to look at him.
I'm just saying, man. All right. Ladarius, next fact or fiction. What you got?
I had an opinion on the other. Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I see
You
it.
know what? I'm a boob head this morning. Fact or fiction?
No. I see a theme. That's all.
No! Fuck!
The next question. The next question is.
Will he finish it?
No. The next question is. Question is.
Goodness gracious.
Yep, the King of Petty. The King of Petty is back. Now,
God.
the Atlanta Falcons will win 3 of their last 4 games. So we have, of course, you talked about the Raiders. Then we host the Giants. Then we go to Washington. Then we end the season in Carolina. So the question again is, the Falcons will win 3 of their last 4 games. Is that a fact, or is that fiction?
I don't know, but I screwed up last time, so I'm gonna Ladarius, give us your thoughts first.
C-Dub, let's get your thoughts first.
Oh my goodness! All right, then Ladarius, go ahead. What'd you say, C-Dub?
Shoot. I will say, I'm looking at the schedule, the remaining schedule. God. With this team, I don't know what's a winnable game. Because I want to say the Raiders, but I just saw them put up a fight against Tampa and the Giants. If you mess around with the Giants, they can hang around. So, no, I'm going to say they're not going to win 3 out of 4.
I think you got to win all 4.
Ladarius?
I think you got to win.
No. Next to the final question here on the podcast.
No, Ladarius. What say you? What say you, Ladarius?
No. I'm trying to do it for time purposes.
No, Ladarius. What say you? What do?
No, I just said what I said.
What
say me? Say you? Say me? We're doing Lionel Richie here. What are we doing?
Do you think they win 3 of the last 4?
Say you? Say me? Is that what we're doing here?
That was a song. I'm surprised.
That was a very good song.
That's why I said I know something, Mike.
What say you?
Here and now.
Just no. Luther. He doesn't deserve Luther. No, we're cutting the mic. Cut the mic. Cut the mic.
Sorry.
Cut his mic off.
I like Luther.
Guys,
we love you, Luther.
Mr. Fate, guys. I'm looking at the screen now, right? And concerning our fate as far as winning games, you know what I'm looking at? There are 28 people watching, and we have 3 likes.
Guys.
Not a good
guys.
Not
come on, guys. Come on. Like the video at least.
You get it 28-3? I'm seeing 28 folks.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Not a good omen.
Guys, give us some likes.
What are your thoughts? There you go. We got 29. Thank you. What do you think, Ladarius? You think we win 3 of the last 4? Give me your thoughts. Seriously.
Look, under this current situation, no. And I'll be quick. I want to be wrong, but I've seen nothing to make me feel that we can beat a 2-11 team, because back to Like I have no, and like we're talking like these are the like. Listen, we're talking about Raheem's on the hot seat. Antonio Pierce might be one and done, and listen, I could argue. Listen, he wins this game, he'll keep his job. Our guy got get his boxes packed for Tuesday morning. So no, I don't have and listen, I don't know what Washington team you're going to get. If you get the Washington team that has excelled during like the first half of the season, we're in trouble. And you get a Carolina team that's been playing people tough the last couple of weeks.
They really have.
So they haven't been sleep, So don't. And then the Giants, no comment. But the point is that I listen. I don't. Listen. You asked me today, the answer is no, because we show great momentum and then we blow it. We blow the save in the ninth inning. So that's what happens. So those are my only thoughts on the show. So we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
I honestly, I don't. You know what this feels like? This feels like you're dating. You're dating someone. You're dating a woman, and she has these outbursts, right? She has these She has these jealous fits, like da da da, and she just goes completely.
She's
off.
Jealous like Lifetime, yeah.
Goes completely off, right? And then when you get home or whatever, you guys make up and it's great and it's wonderful. And she's like, I don't know what happened. I just it won't happen.
Do they make up?
Right.
Are there hugs involved?
This is a family show, sir. So
you're the last person on this panel.
Let me finish my analogy. So you make up and then you go back out in public and she does the same thing again, right? You're like,
oh, you're talking about the Jimmy Lake defense.
Oh my God. In a way, yes. But it's like this Falcons, let me tell you what it feels like. It feels like whatever pivot we made 2 weeks ago, we should have made 5 weeks ago. And you know what? I'm big enough to say I was wrong. You guys were right about Jimmy Lake. You guys were right. As much as it hurts me to say,
a plea deal might be in play.
Oh my God. Stop
it. We might work a deal.
You will never get that on the trial of Jimmy Lake. This is
prosecutor, defense would like to work with, have a word with you.
Yes, we'll go to Sonic or McDonald's and we'll work on that.
Yes. Nothing but the best.
Whatever. But look it, guys. This team has so much talent. It feels almost criminal if we don't make the playoffs. And we are on the precipice of almost not making the playoffs.
Oh, not the precipice.
This feels like the Rolaids and Acid Bowl between two coaches who really are on the hot seat. And it's going to be stressful as hell. Like, guys, I'm going to be stressed out watching this shit Monday night.
Listen, we Rolaids because Pepto-Bismol didn't give us enough money. All right, back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right. I think you got 2 more questions for us on fact or fiction.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think I do. You're such a clairvoyant, so thank you. I'll once again, Pepto-Bismol. Listen, you have the pink, but we wanted the green. So now let's talk about this defense. We actually found the quarterback the last couple of weeks. So the question is, fact or fiction? The Atlanta Falcons defense will get more than 25 sacks the rest of this 2024 NFL season. Once again, the Atlanta Falcons will get more than 25 sacks for the remainder of the 2024 NFL season. Is that a fact or is it fiction?
So we have 19 now, right? Do we have 19? Because we got 4 in this game. We got 5 in the last game. We have 19. I can't believe I'm saying this, but
we can believe it.
I'm gonna say fact. I'm good. Now we might still finish with the least amount of sacks, but dude, 4 sacks? 4 sacks yesterday? Yeah. 5 the game before? Like, bro,
we might be cheeks, but we're still gonna get those sacks.
Anyway.
I paused myself. Something you could learn on this show, Polo.
I don't know. I'm gonna say fact. C-Dub, what say you?
Oh, anyway, I was looking at Stephanie backcourt. All right.
Wait. I'll do that too while you talk. All right.
Yeah.
What's
Anyway, so 25 sacks we're saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say fact. I'll say fact. I'll jump on it.
Like 6 more, right?
I mean, look, you're going to the reason I'm saying fact is because you are going against the what was it? Jesus, now I can't remember. You're going against the
Vegas.
Vegas Raiders, and you're going against the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, if you've gotten sacks off the Chargers and off of Minnesota, you should be able to get the sacks off those two teams at least, and then pick up the rest with the other two games.
Yeah. Ladarius, what say you?
I will say the opposite of fiction. Now, moving on to the next and final topic. Oh, by the way, the answer was fact. Yeah, you see how? Yeah, you see.
Yeah, that was slick. I like that.
Yeah. Some people appreciate on this show. Some people don't. You can figure out who's who.
Great transition. That's called a segue. I love it. Go ahead, Ladarius.
Yeah, but see, that picked up a little bit quicker though.
Oh wow! Oh wow! You guys are always competing. Okay, what say you?
Listen. Hey, remember, King of Petty. No, King of Petty. Not Richard Petty. King of Petty. Let's not confuse this.
KOP. King of Petty. All right, go ahead.
KOP, that King of yeah. We'll get some merch going. Sell.
You know what? We really could. Maybe that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Then we put like next to you, we would have C-Dub, me, and then Timberland, and it's gonna be great. It'll be great.
Don't forget Ron. You can't forget.
You didn't let me finish. See, you never let me.
My God. Okay.
King of Petty.
King of Petty in effect.
You think I'm that shallow? Unlike something on this show, I would not forget people's name and what they do around here.
We got Ron. We get Ron like a hat, and it'd be him doing the two fingers. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Oh, they're gonna say, "Oh, they forgot about you on the show." No, this is gonna completely slander my name.
No, I wasn't. We do need a show that says Ron's Rant. We need a T-shirt that says King of Petty, Ron's Rant, doubling up with C-Dub, and I can't think of the other one. But anyway, go ahead.
The other one, your shirt, I can't say on the air. So we're gonna go to the final question.
Wow,
it's not breakfast. Hashtag no eggs, no love.
He's probably, you know what, C-Dub? The shirt he has for me is probably something like "Fat Bastard."
No. Hold on, no. The shirt's gonna say "Host, not serving breakfast."
You know what? That is good.
Look like McDonald's.
I really like that. I like.
C-Dub, put me down for 2, please. The hoodie and the T-shirt. So.
All right, what you got?
Yeah, he's trying to rush me, so let me keep going. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see the. I see the look. I see the look in your eyes. Yeah. Anyway.
Goodness.
In your eyes. Now, all right. Now.
I like it. I like the falsetto. Go ahead. Cheers.
Falsetto. So you think that's not my real voice? All right.
No,
whatever.
Falsetto is when singers.
I took chorus. I know what falsetto is. Jesus. Wow.
Go ahead. What you got?
Final fact or fiction? The Atlanta Falcons will make the 2024 postseason. Fact or fiction, the Atlanta Falcons will make the 2024 NFL season postseason. Is that a fact or is it fiction?
That's tough is what that is. That's you know what? They better. They better. I mean, guys, you know what? When C-Dub said this, and I think C-Dub said this a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, C-Dub. Oh, you're being a petty little bastard. I was thinking that to myself, but you know what? He might be right.
There's nothing wrong with being petty, first of all.
Right. He might C-Dub might actually be right, because let me tell you something. If you do not make the playoffs after you made trades and acquisitions and signed guys and made promises and dissed the quarterback Ritter, woo-wee, man. I don't know. I tell you what I think you will see, though. I think you're going to see the best damn defensive effort you've ever seen in these last 4 games, boy. I really do. Because for me, and thinking like Arthur Blank, it's playoffs or bust. You mess around, hey, look, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because again, I saw two different teams yesterday. First three quarters, I saw a team that competed. Yeah, they made mistakes, but they competed. Once that second turnover happened, that game was over. That game was over. You could see it, you could feel it. It was in the energy, it was in everything. That game was over. And if that team that played that fourth quarter shows up, we don't make the playoffs. If the team that played the first three quarters shows up, we do. So we've got a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing going on. Honestly, I don't know. I'm being honest. I don't know if we make the playoffs. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no freaking clue. Which is bad at 13 games in the season, but I don't know. C-Dub, do we make the
Fiction.
playoffs? Oh, wow. Okay.
No yeet.
No
we don't
yeet.
make the playoffs. No yeet.
Damn. Okay.
I look. Too many things happening, but the other thing is this: Raheem never gave. He said outrun the South. What he didn't realize was, remember, after they beat the Buccaneers twice, he was on coasting pilot. And look, he should have been. But the thing is, when you went to that Saints game in New Orleans, knowing what they had to, they just fired the coach. Everything went against them. And you showed up the way you did. And ever since that game, it has been the start of the tailspin. So what did I have? All I've said was this: if we're a playoff team, we have to win games. We're supposed to win these games, and we didn't. And it's on Kurt, but it's on the coaching staff. And I don't know how much more I can say it. So yeah, fiction. I just don't think we're making the playoffs. And not only that, the Buccaneers, man, say what you want. Baker Mayfield carries the team, and they respond to him. Have you seen, when we were winning at first, everyone loved Kurt. They were, icy all over the place. He was cousin. He was invited to the picnic. Where was that in the fourth quarter?
So you're saying his cookout pass has been revoked, C-Dub? Is that
He's bringing potato salad with raisins, and that is unacceptable.
What? No.
He is Kurt third cuz zero.
Wow.
He's third cousin. That's what he is.
Yes.
Oh, that's nasty.
He's not family. He ain't family. No yeet. Vin Diesel has revoked his family privileges.
He said,
and that man has no friends. He has family.
Oh God. Oh, so he's bringing stuffing to Thanksgiving, not dressing, right? He's bringing.
Just don't show up. Just don't show up.
I mean, at least bring paper plates or something.
Oh,
and forks.
And then he gets the wrong size ones too, knowing him.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
They had a sale on it. Get out,
guys. So the Bucs have the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Panthers, and the Saints. So the Panthers are playing well. I really think the Cowboys are going to give the Bucs a go for their money because they got Micah back, and that pass rush is something serious. Cowboys could win that game. I thought yesterday the Chargers would win that game, but I understand Herbert is hurt and won't play the next game. So,
okay, that's huge. Okay,
it is huge
because that's their offense. I'm not, because who their backup is, right?
No.
Oh, I know who.
Taylor Heineke.
Are you kidding me?
No.
So we are going to need Heineke to step up for Captain Khakis.
You know what? It's like the Legion of Doom got together, like all of the former Falcons, from Arthur Smith to Dan Quinn to Taylor Heineke to Desmond Ridder, and they're like, you know what? We're going to take down these Falcons.
Ridder, I don't think I've even got a team, and they're all like, we're going to make a way.
Bro.
We contacted the Raiders for you.
Bro, Cobra Commander has to be behind this shit. Like that's the only
No,
explanation.
I'll tell you who's behind it. Arthur Blank, because he's mad that he couldn't get Bill Belichick.
Oh
Because
my
everyone told him, no, don't get Bill. And Bill called in and he says, all right, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to arrange all the chess pieces. We're going to teach these little bastard Falcons not to mess with the Belichick. Yeah, he talks to the third person. He talks to the third person.
Could be. So, guys, real quick, Bond says, would you consider bringing in Kevin Stefanski if he was released by Cleveland? I don't know. Ladarius, thoughts?
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, I rarely get asked questions on that. Now,
God damn.
you know, I would. I really would, and here's why. Because, and like I said, I'll be quick for the sake of time purposes. When you look at his body of work at Cleveland, listen, the whole Deshaun Watson thing. Look, I think if you look at the way Jameis is playing, Jameis is Jameis, but you look at what Kevin Stefanski had to deal with, with the whole Deshaun Watson thing and the cavalcade of quarterbacks, the Browns made the playoffs. Under him, and they had Joe Flacco was the quarterback. That last one, Cleveland made the playoff. Kevin Stefanski, I feel, understands quarterbacks because he was with Minnesota under Kevin O'Connell. So I kind of feel like Kevin Stefanski understands quarterbacks enough that I would consider Kevin Stefanski. But I think I read a report where that they do plan on bringing Stefanski back for 2025. I don't know how true it is, but should fates change, and we make a head coaching change, which seems more and more likely, I give Kevin Stefanski a look. Should Cleveland let him go? I wouldn't be upset at that.
You all right, bud?
No, I was done talking.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. C-Dub, Kevin Stefanski, how you feel about it?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad because I think he got a raw deal with Deshaun Watson. I'm more like I'm just thinking about everything and I'm going, huh. Because there's so many other guys I'm thinking of, but because I'm going to go here. What is the rumor? Is there any truth to the rumor? I'll have to ask Ladarius because he's probably heard it more than I have about Kyle Shanahan actually leaving the Niners.
I'll just say this really quickly. I don't buy it.
Okay.
I don't buy it simply because I think everybody's panicking. It's like the Chicken Little, so like they feel like the sky is falling. After essentially Kyle, this was probably his worst season since his rookie season in San Francisco. So, it would have to be because it would have to be one heck of an offer to John Lynch is not going to fire Kyle. Listen, if that's the case, then John Lynch might see the door too, and that's not going to happen either. So I don't see any truth in it whatsoever.
Right.
Guys, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. And the reason I say that is because, you know what? I got to be honest. Kyle's an asshole. Kyle grades on people. He's an asshole. Yes, he's a great X's and O's guy. Okay? But Kyle's an ass.
Hey, Terry. So you're telling me you like a guy that makes you feel good. How's the guy making you feel good doing for you right now? He's 6-7 right now and lost in the division.
I'm not saying I wouldn't take the guy.
Okay.
Not saying I wouldn't take the guy. I'm giving you reasons as to why it may be true. And that's because after a while, Kyle grades on guys. Now, again, it could be total rumor.
Yeah, I can see. I didn't mean it, but the reason why I say in this particular situation, I don't see the validity, because here's the thing. If you think about what the 49ers, listen, every team deals with injuries, but think about this. When you think about Kyle Shanahan, he lost, I believe, Brandon Ayuk for the season. He, Chris McCaffrey's done. And given what the body of what he's dealt with, it hasn't been terrible. He's just in the division where the Seahawks are just better this year. Arizona's better this year. The Rams, he's in a division where all his top players got hurt. And like I said, you can make the case for every team in the league for that to happen. But for Kyle Shanahan, I think the fact that he's taken this team to Super Bowl, and I think because of the fact that if you fight here, this is the question I always ask, and I think Terry, you can being the if you fire someone, do you have somebody better to replace the person you're firing? Because essentially that's what you would have to do. Because listen, when people get fired, you're looking for something better, nothing that's even, nothing that's below. It has to be better. Because if you don't, then you might as well keep him. Because Kyle Shanahan will get, if that happens, he will get calls from other teams, because there's going to be at least 5 or 6 openings, potentially including our own. Like I say, there's a name out there I think people got to talk about, and that's Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel is still out there. I think that's a very viable candidate.
Yeah.
So, but my point is that, yeah, Kyle can wear on people, but he doesn't wear on people like how Lane Kiffin wears on people.
Yes. Well, Lane's a legendary asshole. I agree with that.
Lane Kiffin left
fame. If there's an asshole Hall of Fame, HF asshole Hall of Fame, Lane Kiffin is in the top 5.
I think we talked about. Listen, look at his time. Listen, he spent 1 season in Tennessee. And listen, Tennessee has high expectations, but they said, listen, we don't want you here. And that's when the Tennessee volunteer program was down bad. And they said, we don't want you here. And then you get fired. When the University of Tennessee says we're done with you, and the Derek Dooley era lasted 3 seasons, what does that tell you? That's all I'm going to say. They said, we'll take 3 seasons of Derek Dooley, but we will not take another season we will not take season 2 of Lane Kiffin. It's like a show. It's like, boy, how does Game of Thrones last? Because Game of Thrones is good. It doesn't get canceled. They can have a Game of Thrones part. Every season wasn't out of the park, but there's a reason why it lasted. Lane Kiffin took 1 season. It's like, we done seen enough, and you gotta go.
That's true. So that's a fair point. That is a fair point.
Oh, and then for the chat, I think I saw Carrie in there. So good morning, Carrie.
Yeah.
Good morning, Carrie. Wait, where'd Carrie go? Golly, I gotta catch up. Wait. Wow.
Let's do some housekeeping.
Let's do some.
Let's get some.
So far behind. Okay.
Yeah, you got to pick up around that living room.
Oh my God, my brother's taking shots this morning.
Get a Roomba or something. Jesus.
Let me.
The Roomba does the work for you.
So my brother says stop hating. He also says feels like 2015, and it does. Mateo, I believe we can win the South. That's all. Mateo says feels like the last 3 years with different QBs, running backs. Yep. Feels like we just paid Matt Ryan. Deke, what up, Deke? Deke from the West Coast. What it do, man? It's like 6:20 out there. Good morning, Deke. How you doing? He says we got to fix this. My brother says facts. Sports, PSP.
Oh, PSP, they're good. I know they're good people.
Podcast, can MVP? Well, PSP, I tell you what, I'll like and subscribe to yours. If you like and subscribe to mine, which is the number 4, my ATL Sport, the number 1.
You lean into the microphone. That means business.
And C28 also. You could go and Ladarius_Brown. You could.
subscribe. No, he follows me. We're good. He follows me.
Okay. Well, get him to follow us, Ladarius. All right.
I just think we just did the plug.
Somebody in the show's been very rude to me all show. So I'll think about it. Listen, go follow C-Double, the other guy. Listen.
Oh, wow. This guy. And my brother, and you know what brothers do. We take shots at each other. So my brother says Terry shirt should say drive through shouty. And for those I'm gonna tell you why. Because like about 2 years, whenever I call my brother or he called me, I was at the drive-through literally ordering stuff. And like one day so I live with like 8 people. Okay, you need to understand. It's a lot of people that live with me. So I'm at the drive-through and I go to 3 different restaurants, and he's like, "I know you're not getting all that food for yourself." And that's when that was the origin of the name drive-through. So that's where he's going. You know what, Eric? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Let's see. Sports PSP says, "Is it time to bench Kirk?" Good question. Don't know. Mateo says mother effing 10-7 fact. Okay. Carrie says, morning Falcon fans. I'm so exhausted. I'm so exhausted with the Falcons. I'm shocked and not in a good way. And you know what she is? Let me tell you something. Carrie, my sister Carrie from the One Time for the Fan show, is a devout Falcons fan, and she was going through it yesterday.
Listen,
Like,
the best part of that show, by the way, Carrie, Jack. I don't know who the third person is on that show, but the other two are fantastic.
Oh my God. Okay, whatever. Let me tell you something. I will give Carrie is awesome. I love her to death. She is the heartbeat of the show because she keeps us going. She keeps us informed. Carrie is shooting us information all day, so you'll get no argument from me on that one. Carrie says, hit the like button, everyone. Yes, please do. Again, the number 4, my ATL Sports, the number 1 at YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please. We need as much as we can get. Carrie says, we have 30-something perfect chance to make the playoffs now. Our destiny is no longer in our hands. I'm sick, man. I'm angry. And she is. Carrie says, good morning from Twitter or X. Check in. Mateo says, didn't we win every primetime game except the Chiefs? We did. Our brother says, good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Eric. Percent not perfect. Carrie says the playoffs are no longer in our hands. I'm so upset. We do not control our destiny anymore. 4-game losing streak. We'll do that to you. Sports PSP. Problem with Tampa's defense. Baker has to take better care of the ball. Yep. Eric says Bucks gonna lose to the Cowgirls. The Chargers and split with the Felines. We win in the South. I love it, Eric. I hope that's true. Don't know about that, but I hope it's true. I like your enthusiasm.
I want a shot of what he's drinking.
Yeah. You know what? I can't do that. I can't have that I can't do that.
I'll do it for you, too. Don't worry.
Damn you, heart attack. All right. I love Raw and want him to succeed, but he needs to not attach himself to his coordinators, QB, etc. If they're losing you games, he needs to make decisions like his job is on the line. Because I'll add to that, it probably is, Carrie. Mateo says, I think we have a lot of firepower, but the coaching still learning and building a playbook off of what we have. Zach didn't have what he has now. Okie doke. Bucks gonna tie the Panthers or end up losing. We beat the Panthers. All righty. Eric says, I thought Herbert came back in. I didn't.
He did. But but his status for the game could be potentially. Yeah, Heineke. I think Heineke came in for like the one play he had a 12-yard run, and I think Herbert came in soon after. So yeah, so he did. So he's right in that he did come back in.
Wow. Okie doke. Well, look. Hopefully he can play next week. Carrie says, I do not like that Ross said after yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Significantly better than the week before. That is insane to me. He still had 0 TDs and 2 interceptions. The bar must be low. Wow. All right. So, Carrie, I had a chance to think about that last night, right? And while he probably should not have said it,
oh boy, here it comes.
Kirk threw 4 interceptions last week and threw for like 70 yards, right? Whatever, C-Dub. He was better this week. He threw for 338 yards.
Little bit can't be wrong.
Now, look, I'm not going to say the bar.
Look at that boom with the rock and roll. So
stop it. I'm not going to say that you're right. The bar was low. Comparing last week's stats, the bar was low, but he was better. Okay? He was better. Now, I know where Carrie's going because we talked in depth about the interview, and I know the other statement behind that pissed her off. I'll see if she gets to it. If she doesn't care, with your blessing, I'll bring it up. Mateo says Kirk's both old teams, Minnesota and Washington. Carrie says Eric Hebert did come back in. Mm-hmm. Mateo says, then we lose to Sean Payton too. You know what? Bump Sean Payton.
You didn't want to say
but he bumped us. He blew us out.
He did. He bump. That's what he did.
He bump.
He said, get out of my city.
I'm the mayor. What?
You know what, Sean? You have ashy kneecaps. There, I said it.
Whoa. Get some cocoa butter. What's some cocoa butter here?
Another ass.
Bro.
I like Sean.
Ashy knees.
Man, I thought he was going to say like ashy. He said ankle.
Ashy kneecaps. and
Man.
your ears are too large for your head. There, I said it.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah,
Oh.
I listened to the podcast what he said, and I got a few things for T. Will to say.
You know what? What if some sick cosmic twist Sean Payton is up the head coach of the Falcons? Oh my God, Jesus!
No, he actually wants. He's like, no, I got my guy, Bo Nix.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Kerry says if we lose to Desmond Ritter led Raiders team, who is 2-11, I might crash out. Not gonna lie. You know what, Kerry?
Right.
I think we all might crash out.
Yeah, we'll just all have a gathering and just crash out together because that's
It's gonna be one hell of a podcast. Make sure you're there Tuesday morning.
Craig, welcome to the show. Please.
Oh, hey, Craig, it's my buddy Craig.
What's up, Craig?
Subscribe if you haven't already. Craig says it really feels like Atlanta Falcon people with
He's got a Sasquatch on his stuff. I like this guy.
I see what you did there.
Listen, Craig, I'll tell you right now, if he doesn't laugh in the first 30 seconds, it's over.
Wow. Okay. Kerry, we gave Mark Smith multiple 3 years. Even if we lose and miss the playoffs, I truly don't think Ra loses his job. That's Blank's friend, and he will give him at least 2 years, in my opinion. We shall see, Kerry. Mateo says, new slogan, 7-10, not 10-7. We want to win. Oh, wow.
Man.
You know what? That's interesting. Okay.
7-10, not again.
Mateo says, I don't want any coach back from that Super Bowl. Okay. Eric Parker says, remember when everybody wanted Kyle fired his first season here? Raheem ain't going nowhere. Okay. Brings up a good point. Eric says 100. Kerry says we could lose out and miss the playoffs, and we're not firing Raheem. It is what it is. People are starting to say Arthur Blank is part of the problem. Thoughts? Oh, wow. You know what? I don't even know that we have time to open up that can of worms.
I'll be
hold on.
Oh, it makes you like the pop. Make sure it's the pop top, not the So we got time. With the time constraint thing.
Because
okay.
Well, Darius, you go. I want to say something on that too.
All right,
Kerry.
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you go, C-Dub. Go ahead.
No, Darius, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you said, bro. Because I actually want to hear.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Please.
When you look at it's about looking for the consistency. Who's been the constant during all of this? It's been Arthur Blank. Now, how much of the blame does he take? I'll let people decide how to divvy it. But at some point, we go back to the issue of accountability, because at some point we can sit here and blame. We can blame Coach Raw. We can blame Zach Robinson. We can blame Jimmy Lane. We can blame everybody. But at the end of the day, when the sun goes down, who makes the final decision? Who's the one cutting the checks? Because at the end of the day, it's accountability. And it's Arthur Blank deserves some of the blame. I'm not saying all of it. But when you hire people, when you're in a position that you hire people, you have to get it right. And listen, and like to Kerry's point, it makes me do believe that Raheem is retained, but I'm pretty sure Arthur's gonna be like, listen, you can't bring back Jimmy Lake and Zach Robinson. Like Raheem, I feel that's going to be a conversation, because I do feel like he likes Coach Raw. I really do. But I just don't see a world where, you have to get rid of these coordinators, because if you could listen, he's like, Coach, I like you. You're a good dude. I think you have the vision, but you got to get rid of these coordinators. I believe that should be an ultimatum, because at some point Arthur Blank wants to get this right, because at this point it's not like a Jerry Jones situation in Dallas, where Jerry Jones has been the constant for pushing 3 decades. He's been the constant reason why they haven't won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying Arthur's on that level yet, but what I am saying is Arthur Blank deserves some of the blame, not all of it. And I see people are fading away. I like T. Will, so I'll end it there.
No,
he's probably setting up a studio time. So
I'm thinking of my retort. But I'll let C-Dub go first. Go ahead, C-Dub. Thoughts?
I believe Arthur knew what he wanted in the offseason last year.
Yeah.
And he allowed his good nature to come in the way again. And here's what I'm going to say. Arthur Blank is a nice guy. For you to be a winner, you need to kind of be ruthless at times. Not pushing somebody in a wheelchair, not trying to make everyone happy. And if you wanted Bill Belichick, you should have went and got Bill. Bill wanted to be here. It would have cost you your buddy Rich and Terry. Terry and Rich basically band together like the discount double check Avengers to save their jobs.
What? Oh my God.
And look, I'm only calling them that because here's why. What have they done? Absolutely nothing.
Wow.
All right. They've done absolutely nothing. And F is where they can off. So anyway, because I don't want to cuss, I want to be understanding here. But the thing is this, they have brought this on themselves, and Arthur Blanks does deserve smoke. But what I'm going to say is this, Arthur was going to make the choice and get Bill Belichick and give him all power. And everybody didn't want it. And I know me and John, we and a few others were like, why not? Get a guy that has done this. Well, what about the contingency plan? Well, let me ask you, what's the contingency plan now? Because you got Raheem laughing and hee, ka, kiki. And what has he done? Absolutely nothing. And if anything, he's 27-45. He hasn't changed anything. He isn't that guy. And I think the talking, the shots on everybody else, like, he was throwing shots at Ritter, Arthur Smith. It's the old saying, keep your words nice and sweet because might have to eat them one day.
I don't think he threw shots at Arthur Smith. He did because he kept on going.
If the last guy knew what I knew, I wouldn't be here. That's a shot.
I think his comment was if not for the quarterback play.
But he said that, but he's also said in other interviews. And then remember the interview with with Ryan Clark, where he's telling Ryan, I'm going to believe that they could get sacks. I'm going to believe that I'm going to will the defense to be better. Bro. Hold on. So you believed, so you're going to believe him now when you couldn't believe him in 10 games. And then what are you going to do to help Kurt out? Believe in Kurt so we can win the next 3 games?
Yeah.
Because look, I'm just saying, Raheem is great at taking over someone's leftovers.
Damn.
Making you think he did the job because he hasn't created anything. Ryan, the historian, will back me up. He has not created anything. He took over Wade Phillips' defense for the Rams. He took over for Ryan Nielsen here. And look what he's done. He's effed the baby. He peed into Cheerios thinking he knew what he was doing.
Well, he took over
by letting Jimmy Lake play.
He took over for the Rams and they won the Super Bowl. So you can't.
Yes, but he left. But he took over Wade Phillips' defense. And look at the stars he had. We talk about it constantly. You had Aaron Donald. You had Von Miller. You had Jalen Ramsey. They had a very stacked defense. So all he had to do was not screw it up.
Well, they had that defense before and they didn't. Okay, I hear you. Here's my rebuttal or my retort. Number one, prior to Arthur Blank, the Falcons had never won consecutive. They never had consecutive winning seasons. They accomplished that. The Falcons have been to 3 NFC championships since Arthur Smith took over and 1 Super Bowl.
You mean Arthur Blank?
Arthur Blank.
Arthur Blank, I'm sorry. The Falcons have won more games than ever since Arthur Blank has took over. Matt Ryan is the top seventh quarterback, or the quarterback with the seventh most yards passed for. Julio Jones is a Hall of Famer. Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer. We drafted them both under Arthur Blank. So I'm not with this crap that Arthur is the I'm not, because guess what?
Hold on. He isn't the problem.
Yeah. Can I? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And number two, to those of you who wanted to hire Belichick, how old is Bill Belichick? How old is Bill Belichick? Anybody tell?
74?
Yeah, 70 something.
Okay, so you hire now. Let's be clear. Belichick is a dictator, which means he wanted total control. He wanted to head coach, the GM. He wanted to draft. What happened in New England once Tom Brady left? Wasn't that Belichick who ran that into the ground? No. I'm saying, because to all you Belichick loyalists who are like, oh, we should have had no. Understand what you're getting into. Okay? The players that played for him didn't like him. They respected him. But if you want to know the truth, if you interview most of them, especially after that third championship, they played for Tom Brady. Okay, so let's really get a bird's eye view as to what is going on. You bring Belichick in here, he fires your entire staff. He's 74. How long you think he's going to be here? You think he's going to be here for 10 years? No. So when he leaves in 2 or 3 or 4 years, who are you going to replace him with? Matt Patricia? The defensive coordinator that everybody hates? Oh, wait. The offensive coordinator, who's also an asshole, who took a job with the Raiders or some team and then said, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. Who accepted the head coach job and said, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. Who are you going to replace Bill with? Because now you not only have to replace Bill, but you got to replace a GM and a VP. You got to throw things away. So it is not, you guys are oversimplifying. If you're just hiring Bill, that's one thing. If this thing came down to we're going to hire Bill and we still got Terry and things run, but it wasn't going to be that way, guys. Bill was talking about changing folks' security and changing folks' access. Bro, look it.
Bro. Hold on. Now I got to rebuttal, because now here's the thing. So here's the problem. I just said Falcons like PC kids. They want everyone to feel good. Make sure everyone's hugging each other. Everything is awesome, guys. When you get a Bill Belichick, yes, you are shaking up your roster. Yes, you're giving him full control. By the way, what has Terry done to prove that he has earned anything? Because Terry Fontenot, hold on. Last I checked, 7-10. Or hold on. He had a 4-12 he inherited. So then he went 7-10, 7-10, 7-10. I understand the job, people. I understand Rich McKay. By the way, I also said Rich McKay has to go. Check the videos. I've always said that. But then you add in the fact that I have said Terry hasn't gotten an extension. Terry hasn't gotten an extension for a reason. And I'm telling you, Rob running his mouth. And, you know, everyone wanted to go, Rob's a fresh breath of air. He's Dan Quinn. He's a wannabe Dan Quinn. He can't even be Dan Quinn because he doesn't have that success. All he wants to do, hey. But then when it comes to the road where you have to make adjustments, what adjustments has he made? I tell you, all he's really done is basically told Jerry, hey, call the defense. We'll just say Jimmy Lake Lanier's calling it. And I'm just like, dude, it's just awful. And then you see him on these press conferences not wanting to take accountability, wants to sound like Arthur Smith, and now wants to be like, oh, well, Kurt's the guy. And, you know, these guys need to understand. Well, coach, coach, the penalties. You have over 100 yards in penalties. How are you going to keep these guys accountable? Because this is becoming a growing thing. I've heard many podcasts.
I don't know that he doesn't keep them accountable, C-Dub.
Yeah, hold on. He just says, That's not good, guys. Don't do that again. And they go, thank you, Rob.
We don't know that. You can't say we don't know that. You
Oh,
don't know
well,
what
hold on. If you've been disciplined, if you're getting people in your face with your people, they're going to do everything they can not to make that penalty. Okay, and we've seen teams do that. So all I'm saying is when we look at Raheem, there are legit areas that he is failing to this team.
I
And
agree.
for everybody, and then for everybody, go ahead.
I agree. But that doesn't look. I'm saying you're right about that. But to hire Belichick would have been a foolish move because he's 74. If Bill Belichick is 64, I got no issue with you hiring him.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Is this? This is what the owner wanted to hire. I didn't say what C-Dub wanted to hire. What I'm saying, the owner wanted to get his guy. He didn't. And I'm telling you, no, everyone's like, oh, he should give Rod. No, he don't. He gave Rod a chance when he was the interim. Then when he came back, Rod wanted his coaches and his quarterback. Arthur gave it to him. If I'm Arthur, it wouldn't surprise me if Arthur basically goes, I've given you everything. And yeah, I could give you another year, but no, we're not playing this game. And then looks at Terry and goes, I've given you everything. No, I'm not playing this game. And he could start over. Now, who does he get this year? I don't think Belichick's coming here. So let everyone take a breather. But I'm like Ladarius. If it's me, I'm not getting Belichick. I'm going after Grable. I want a tough-nosed coach who's going to instill fear.
Grable's not bad. I'm okay with Grable. Go ahead, Ladarius. You got something? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, listen, no. I'll just be quick because I don't want to interrupt. Whatever. Ali Frazier here. Now, no. I just want to be. I'll just say this.
Ollie Frazier.
Well, what? Pick your rivalry. I'm just listen.
Okay.
They're not going to be winners. Now,
I got you.
Here's the thing. I understand where both of you are actually coming from, but here I want to. I guess it's gonna be weird me doing this, but kind of be the intermediary here.
That is.
It is weird. Yeah, it is. I don't like.
Listen,
I never liked this in school, and I don't like it now. I never liked it. Oh, be neutral. I'm like, see, at high school, college me could be neutral. Adult me is like, great. All right, great. Adulthood is awesome. Now,
break the kids and put us in the corner. You go to that corner. You go to that corner. Go ahead.
And here I am, just like I just got warmed up.
But the thing is this.
Oh my God, guys. Look at my brother. Motherfucker. MFer is in the drive-thru right now. All right, Eric. I got you, bro. I got that.
Sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
That was
meal.
For Eric. You know what? For the first time in show history, I'm going to call a penalty on my brother. 15-yard penalty. Unnecessary roughness on little big brother. That was harsh, sir. And by the way, I'm doing this show. And I can't do the show and be in the drive-thru. If I figure it out, I will, but I haven't figured it out to this point. Go ahead, Ladarius. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
And
Jada Parker.
We'll be right back with these commercials. No, but here's the thing. Here's my overriding point is this. With the whole Belichick thing, listen, I'll be the first person to admit that initially, yeah, I was on the Belichick side. But I also understood something that was very important that T. Will brought up. We have to understand that the New England never had technically a general manager. It was always Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, and then that's for at least 20 years. Early on, he necessarily didn't have but when you start winning, you get a little bit more power. So that tends to be the common theme. And I understand where the age comes in, but that's probably the same. I don't think it's a deterrent for some people because some people have windows. And if you feel you're a coach, listen, if you feel that Belichick can help you win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years, you hire him. And you'll take the bitter with the sweet. You'll take it all. But understand It's a classic risk versus reward situation. Yeah, sure. Belichick can come in here and get us a Lombardi trophy. Sure. But understand when he retires, and that will happen, then you have to ask, it's like, hey, it's great to have the party, but who's going to clean up the mess?
There you go. Mm-hmm.
I'm not knocking hiring Belichick. That's not he's the greatest coach of our generation. But listen, in a league where, age matters, especially your coach. Like Pete Carroll's out there, and he's not that far off from Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll doesn't have a job, and people are not talking about Pete Carroll. And he had a Super Bowl too.
Mm-hmm. Should have had to.
So exactly. So, my point is, understanding if we hire a guy like Belichick, understand that while it's great and while it's fine, understand it's a classic risk versus reward situation. Like, this is the business side coming out of me now. Understand that if you hire somebody, like go back to the Juan Soto situation. We're giving Juan Soto over $750 million. The
Mets are doing it. Yeah.
The Mets are doing it.
Yeah, Mets gonna Met.
So to understand that the Mets, as you know, baseball does this because they have no salary cap. Now, imagine if the NFL didn't have a salary cap, Patrick Mahomes would be the first $1 billion player. He would have been the first $1 billion player if we didn't have a salary cap. But I don't want to take up too much time. But to go back to my original point, understand hiring Belichick comes with the risk and the reward. Yes, we get there. Sure, we win. We do great. But who's going to be the person to clean it up? Because at the end of the day, look at the Rams. The Rams went all in. They went and traded all these guys, and then they were in cap purgatory. They're doing great because they have, there was but they had Sean. It had happened under Sean McVay, who's a young enough coach. You could weather that. If we did that under Belichick, Belichick's not going to listen. He's not going through no rebuild.
Yeah.
He said, like you reach a pinnacle of your career where you're like, I want to go to a win now. I'm not trying to rebuild a team. So I understand both sides of the card, but we have to understand, like, hey, the reward is that, hey, if he comes in and just be what we think he can be, that's great. But the risk is who's next? Because listen, you see it in television. Listen, shows don't last. What's going to be the next great show? What's going to be the next great? It's like this. I'll just say this because, like, I'm the nerd. Like, Johnny Carson was on the air for over 30 years and dominated late night. And when he retired, there was space for people to take his spot. But the question is, nobody really did.
Right.
There's a reason for that, because he reached, like, Johnny was never going to come back because he had a great success. You can kind of compare him and Belichick. Great success. And when they retire, like, Johnny was never going to come back and come and restart a show at his age. He wanted to come into an already successful situation.
Right.
So I've spoken too long. So we'll back to you in the studio.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So we got to do some housekeeping. Uncle Steve says, "Good morning, gents. I'm frustrated and upset like everyone else. However, mark this down. Not only will we be back in first place next week and win the South, and no, barring injury, Kirk starts." Okie dokie. Carrie says, "Thank you, Ladarius." Carrie says, "Yes, I was going through it yesterday." Sports PSP, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers? Oh, hell no.
Hell no. Hell no.
Aaron Rodgers is in my top 5 Hall of Fame assholes because number one, he got Saleh fired. I don't care what anybody says.
Thank you.
The coach that's in Dallas, now I can never think of his name. He got him fired.
McCarthy.
Aaron Rodgers is low key a backbiter. I don't like that. Let me tell you something. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You might disagree with it. You might go your separate ways, but a modicum of respect is due. You know what I mean? If not for the quarterback for Dallas, I can never think of his name. The quarterback for Dallas now. The head coach for Dallas now. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have his only Super Bowl he has.
That's right. Mike McCarthy.
If not for Mike McCarthy and the way he did Mike McCarthy, I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers, you're an asshole. So no, I do not ever want Aaron Rodgers here. Big Low, what it do, Bo? I'm going through it. So are we, my brother. Carrie says this is still not significantly better, and it's not. You're right. I mean, I guess on D, your report card is better than an F in that case. Carrie says yes, no problem. T will. Okay. So what? Okay. All right. So to this point, right? Carrie and I were talking yesterday, and like I say, Carrie was over it. I was over it, and I think the issue with Kirk's statement. No, I'm sorry. There were two issues. One issue was the fact that Raheem said we didn't play well enough around Kirk. And she took issue with that statement because Kirk threw 2 interceptions. And he did. And you know what? I can't negate that. I if you want to take issue with that statement, I have nothing to say to retort or rebut because he did throw 2 interceptions. And it felt like he does get panicked in certain situations. So I can't negate that. Now, the one that really, really pissed Carrie off was when Kirk said, the next time I got the ball, it was 35-21. Now, I to be fair, I didn't hear the question. So if anybody can chime in with what question preceded that answer, I'd love to hear it. I didn't hear the question. But looking at the statement in its own merit, it looked like, or I shouldn't say that, it feels like he was throwing a little shade. I don't know if that's the case because I didn't hear the question, but those were the two statements that really rubbed Carrie the wrong way. Because Carrie was like, I know he just did not do that, and this dude hadn't thrown a touchdown in 4 games. You thrown God how many interceptions have God knows how many fumbles. Again, I didn't hear the question. So to be fair, if there was a specific question regarding that, he could have been answering that. So anybody that heard that interview that's in the chat, please chime in. I didn't hear it. I don't know if you guys heard the interview. But Kirk's response was, the next time I got the ball, it was 35-21. And that just feels bad. He didn't directly come out and say it, but it feels like you're saying, well, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? I didn't fumble like that. That's what it feels like. Okay. So let's get to some more housekeeping. Wait, Chris says, for real, I guess better than the F, but I tell you what, it's still barely a passing grade. Carrie says, exactly, Chris. Carrie says, hey, Chris, by the way. Okay. Hey, Carrie, I don't know how it's looking in Florida, but it's raining in Atlanta. Carrie says, I'm with you, Ladarius. I love Arthur Blank, and he has done so much for the city. I'm not discounting that, but like you said, he has the final say. Great points. Golly, Ladarius, this is your show. These folks love you, man. Let's see.
People have spoken.
The people have spoken. Oh, wow. Whatever. Say we hire Belichick and then lose in the Super Bowl again, or don't make it. Nah, 100. A1 says, definitely I'm a firm believer that's how it went down. Probably the first real time that Rich and Terry, I don't know, worked together. Oh, wow. Taking shots.
Yeet!
It's
doesn't miss.
Wow. It's a cloudy day here in Florida, Chris. I'm so upset with our Falcons. I'll tell you, Carrie was mad. Good show, fellas. Got to get to work. Make MILs like Kirko. Make meals like Kirko. God bless. Hey, Mateo, we appreciate you joining us, man. And also, Eric Parker, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you. Carrie says, Falcons now have a 55-point differential, which is 24th in the league. They said we were a QB away. We signed a vet, to a $100 million deal, and he's giving us the same old words. They're Ritter insanely unlucky. Oh, my God, Carrie is still pissed. She's still feeling it. Grady Jarrett once said, same shit, different year. I'm feeling that way today after realizing we have a turnover machine at QB for the 3rd year in a row. Just awful. Woo-wee. Playing the role of Ron Thomas today, Miss Carrie. I'm just kidding, Carrie. Carrie's not happy with our Falcons right now.
I'm with her.
That was Ron's rant, by the way, is what I'm saying. No, but you know what? Carrie's making these are all facts she's speaking. She's 100% correct. I have no issue with anything she's saying. I hope Ra can turn it around. I see so many comments from Falcons fans on Twitter, and he's losing the fan base. And he is. She's right. Who's your WWE Mount Rushmore? Let's get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, that's Wednesday's show.
Someone just said Raheem is a used car salesman who sold Arthur Blank a lemon. Damn. You know what?
Yeah.
Was it C-Dub? Didn't you say that? Was it you?
Yes, I did.
You did say that.
He Jim Moored him. He Jim Moore Jr. him. Great presentation.
Damn. A1 Forever Laugh Out Loud. And Carrie says, like Ladarius said earlier, it's all about accountability. You know what? Ladarius is clearly the star of the show. Wow. Okay. So.
Whoa. Where did that come from? That's not.
What?
You wanted me to stand like a background singer. I see. Yeah.
I'm saying you're clearly the star of the show. I mean, there was nothing else.
I heard something in your voice. That's all.
Oh my God, King of Petty, just take your moment, okay? Just take your flowers, okay?
Flowers. First of all, I prefer chocolate. So, but first of all,
I mean, and breakfast too.
Listen, I'd prefer some breakfast too. But listen,
take your flowers, okay?
Take my chocolates and that breakfast we're never ever going to get.
Oh my God. Hold on, Carrie's still at it. Carrie's like, should I be happy with the Falcons right now?
No, Carrie.
Oh my God! All right, Carrie, I love her.
Listen,
you should be.
That's why I say Carrie is the best thing about the show.
Oh my
and
goodness.
I don't know. I know it's her. I know it's Jack Spade. That third guy just it grinds my gears. I don't know who that third guy is.
But let me. I gotta say this because this was funny. So you had Steve just keep positive, man. And then you hear Berto on X going, "Y'all, optimism, man. 4-0, baby. We're going 4-0."
Hey, man.
And then Gary just said, "Should I be happy with the Falcons right now?" Carrie, you are the MVP of this. Thank you. Hey. I am with you. Embrace the hatred. Embrace the anger.
I'm going to say the Falcons need to be unhappy and feel sick to say they can turn things around. Being okay with losing or being mediocre is part of the problem. Start being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Hey,
exactly.
I can't look. I'm not saying I'm comfortable with our present predicament. I'm not saying that.
We should get Carrie.
Yeah, we're not spinning this.
Listen, Carrie should come in one day, and then we'll just, if she wants to come on the show here like a couple of minutes, that'd be great.
Let me tell you,
like I said, she does great on, one time, like I said, that third guy is really I don't know who that third guy is, but like I know it's Carrie, I know it's like C-Dub. You know who that third guy? Listen, T. I'm asking C-Dub a question now. Do you know who that third guy is? Because I don't know who it is. Because
I think it's the guy over here wearing the polo.
Yeah, I know.
Timberland.
Yeah.
Records that.
Hold on. The reason why I know is I've heard that he throws us under the bus constantly on the show.
Oh my God! Yeah. I'm not throwing you under the bus.
C-Dub, I have a question. The wheels on the bus go what?
That's what happens when you run over somebody.
I don't think that's not true.
Hey, what do you think? Oh, anyway, let's next. Oh, what did Ladarius say something? No, he did not. The wheels on the bus, pal. Round and round.
All right, guys. Our next opponent. Jeez, man. You got our next opponent. Whew, boy. You guys.
No, you guy. Don't put.
I mean, he's blocking me with Carrie's stuff, which I understand. Exactly. Carrie's like the superstar of this thing. It's good.
I see the forehead, and that's
block you.
I'm
trying to get up. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, man.
You're
really cooking today, Terry. Really cooking.
Oh my God.
Eddie. I mean, man, Ladarius is just being himself, and you just like, superstar.
Man.
Look, Ladarius is having a day, man. I can't take it. He's having a day. So let's look.
That's like a Coach Ross statement you just made. Like, oh, he's having a day. It's like fine. I can't have days. So you want to lose? Okay,
dude, you're the star of the show. I'm not.
Listen. I'm not the star. We're all stars. Don't you start that?
Oh,
wow. Don't. What we're not gonna do on this Monday is that.
So, upcoming opponent, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, look it. We have to win this game. Period. The end. We have to win this game. Period. The end. We have to win this game. Carrie says, "Sorry, I meant to put a question mark, not an exclamation mark. I'm not telling you at you. I promise."
Listen, If you're yelling at Terry, I have no problem with that. I knew you were yelling at him and not us. That's what what I took
we
away.
did take that.
Terry, I got nothing but love for you. You are my one time for the fan sister. It's all good, and I knew it, man. It's all good.
I just assumed you were yelling at Terry. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh my
me neither.
God. No, I knew what she meant. She and I talked yesterday. And Carrie is a very passionate fan. She loves her Falcons. She was upset like most of us were yesterday. Most of us. I just think that there's still a path forward. I'm not convinced that the Buccaneers will win all of their games. There's still a path forward, but no doubt we have to win all of ours. We have to win out. We have to beat the 2-11 Raiders. There's no excuse. You have to throw everything you have at this team. You need to beat them resoundingly. You have to win these remaining 4 games. And hopefully the Bucs can lose one. And if they do, the division is ours. And that's all I have to say about the upcoming matchup. C-Dub, what say you? Thoughts?
Watch out for Brock Bowers. And Zach Robinson, you might want to take notes how to use a tight end because Brock Bowers is a tight end. And look, the Raiders brought a fight. They have nothing to fight for. I mean, let's just keep it real. They don't. But yet they're going to bring it. So I just want to see, because at this point, can you safely say the Falcons could beat anybody? Because right now, I've just got to say, show me, because you haven't. So get on the field, play, and, here's the other thing. You're not going to get an attaboy for beating the Raiders. You're not. No one on the shows are going to be like, oh, my God, we beat the Raiders. It was a great game. No one will. They're going to look at everyone and go, sorry, but you beat the Raiders. You're supposed to. So understand, you're not going to get a whole lot of love after a Monday Night Football game. If anything, they all just probably look at you and go, why haven't you done that the past 4 games? So I'm just saying, get ready, because that is what we're going to hear. You got to end this losing streak before you can even think about winning a division.
Agreed. Carrie says, I'd love to join you guys sometimes. Carrie, we got to make that happen. We seriously got to make that happen.
Tuesday, I'm available.
Carrie, I think you're loved more than Ladarius, and Ladarius is winning the show right now. So we have.
Whoa. You know what? Always with the jabs with you.
Yeah.
Me and Carrie can be equally loved, but no, Mr. Separator Hateration Aid over here.
I mean, hold on. Ladarius did a wrestling show podcast at the same time I did a podcast, and I'm not even throwing him under the bus like this.
Right.
I missed it.
Me and C-Dub talked it out. You and I did. I think the talking, I don't know if it's working.
I am a Scorpio. We don't share well, okay?
Listen here, Miss Cleo. Don't use the horoscope.
Look, you were willing to be in the doghouse Friday night. Let's not talk about some choices you made, sir.
Right.
I'm in the doghouse. What do you?
Listen, hey, C-Dub, one more time. The wheels on the bus go what again?
Go round and round it. And hold on, and don't worry, folks. If you ever wonder how Terry will look at a game, don't worry. He will always put a spin on it.
Oh wow. Oh wow!
And not like a DJ spin, just like a spin.
Ryan Junior now, is that what you're saying? I'm right.
Well, I'll just say you are the spin doctor, sir. We're gonna put the host spin doctor. No breakfast served.
Yo! It's DJ Spin the T Wheel spinning it.
I got you, bro.
Hey, Carrie says the third guy is awesome too. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you.
You see, Carrie, I would have agreed with you until about 5 seconds ago, but now I don't know how to feel about him.
Oh, wow. Carrie says, this show has been great, guys. Really appreciate all 3 of your perspectives. We appreciate you, Carrie.
Yeah, Steve, listen, we got, mine and C-Dub, and third guy's really going to, I don't know. But, yeah.
I think his name is T-Will.
And we have
T-Pain or T-Will? I don't know.
We need to win out. We have to hope the Bucks lose one now. I pray that happens. Me too, Kerry.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So look it. We're here. We got 2 segments left. Double up with C-Dub. C-Dub, what you got?
Oh, no Falcons tribute.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, did I skip Falcons trivia? You know what? Let's do that very quickly.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No,
let's do it. Let's do it. I was coming up with my thoughts here, so I'm glad you brought that up. So
what is Algeria? Oh, wrong game. Sorry.
Oh wow, guys! On Friday night show,
who is Billy Belichick?
All right,
who is Scooby Doo?
Who is Dwight Freeney? The man that hates Terry the most?
Yeah. Boy, that Dwight Freeney guy. Listen, first of all, great guy. Not a Terry fan. Don't blame him.
A little background. We had a mystery caller on Friday night show.
He's gonna mitigate the situation. Here it comes.
Our format's a little different. We had a mystery caller, and the mystery caller for Friday night show was Mr. Dwight Freeney. And I guess Dwight didn't like some things I had to say during the show. But guys, look it's on the page for my ATL Sports 1 at YouTube. Again, the number 4 my ATL Sports, the number 1. And go check it out. It's Friday night show. I think you'll at least get a laugh out of it. So Falcons trivia. Chris says, great show, my guys. Thanks. Falcons trivia. After leaving the Falcons, Keith Brooking played for what NFC East team? After leaving the Falcons, Keith Brooking played for what NFC East team?
I remember this because they had a linebacker problem. I think it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
You guys say Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys.
You are correct. All right.
Because he wanted to punch him in the mouth and punch him in the face. I hated those things.
All right. The Falcons traded 5 draft picks to which team in order to draft Julio Jones?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, Cleveland. Yeah, Bazooka Sharks. Yeah.
Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, Bazooka Sharks. Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
Last but not least, which former Falcons record did Michael Turner break in 2012? Which former Falcons record did Michael Turner break in 2012?
Oh man, it's not
the rushing, but was it?
It was.
Was it the attempts? Was it rushing attempts?
I was going to say rushing attempts, but it could be rushing yards too. I'm not now. I'm confused. I am
too. Well, the reason why is I'm thinking of Algier too, so I'm just going.
Yeah, I'm thinking rushing attempts, but
I'm thinking for the guy, the player whose record he broke.
Oh, you didn't say who in the question, so we didn't know.
Jamal Anderson.
No.
You didn't.
All right. Well, that's the attempt. Yeah, that's the attempt one.
So can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. Which former Falcons record did Michael Turner break in 2012?
It's not Gerald Riggs.
It was Gerald Riggs.
Hey,
great, not yet. That's awesome. It was Gerald Riggs. That is awesome. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Falcons trivia for Monday morning.
Falcons trivia. Caw-caw.
I love it. All right. So double up with C-Dub. What you got, C-Double? What you got?
Doubling up with C-Dub.
Hey, man, I love it. Or should C-Double. Trouble with C-Double.
We got to work on the lawyer thing too, so we'll work it all at the meeting.
All right. Look, I got an issue because here's the deal. So people are like, "Oh, you're negative. You're being negative," or fans, you just got to believe. Well, let's get into this. If you're a Falcon fan, you've been through 2015. You remember how that started, 5-0. And then a certain idiot radio host says, "I'm looking ahead." And we lost most of those games.
Wait, who was that?
That was Carl Dukes, the vein of my existence. Yes.
Because Mike always ridicules him about that. You're right.
Yes, and as he should do. But anyway, as I would like to bring forth, radio stations will always skew to the team. They will. Trust me. I mean, you're going to hear you're going to hear your boy or Mike Bell get on and tell you why he's so mad and upset and, stomp his feet, upset. And when it comes to interviewing Raw, they're going to laugh. They're going to kiki. He's going to say, man, that was a really great game plan. Not really, but they're just going to kiss his butt. So what I'm going to tell you is what I've learned. Come to the podcasting world. All right. Come listen to guys like T. Will. He's the spin doctor. Come listen to me and Ladarius.
Oh, wow.
We're going to hit you straight.
Oh, wow.
We're going to tell you like it is. We're not going to BS the games.
Oh, wow.
Because it's like this. When you've seen it over and over, it's like, tell me when I'm telling lies. When CM Punk said that, because I look at a team and they keep telling me they're going to be better than last year. But your quarterback leads the league in interceptions as well as fumbles, apparently, or altogether turnovers. So someone answer me. The question is, so what are we? What has changed? And, when everyone's saying, be positive, be hopeful. Okay. What are we being hopeful about? Because what has Rod done? What has Kurt done? I think Kurt has made the playoffs how many times in his career? I want to say twice, maybe 3 times, maybe. And look, the last one was against with Minnesota, and they got beat by the Giants. Danny Dimes was the quarterback. All right. So the theory of when the pressure gets hot, type booty, TBS, type booty syndrome comes back, especially on Kurt.
Oh, wow.
And, do you want, it's like this. I had said it, and I'm going to say it again. I am grading Raw on all the talk he did in the off season. We're not going to be the same team. If we had the same quarterback, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. And, okay, I want my guys. Okay, you got your guys. You even not only got your guys, you got Kirk Cousins. You wanted him. Oh, you got Michael Penix as a quarterback. And you saw how, and believe me, everyone's like, well, we need to start Penix. No, we don't. Why? He'd only played 1 preseason game. And then not just that, you got to shift the offensive line around. So think about that, folks. I'm not trying to say we can't do it. It can happen, but that means Raw has to do it. The only way this is happening if Raw decides he's benching Kurt or if Kurt gets hurt. I don't see any of those things happening, and we'll see this team. And like I said, show me you got something. You got to beat the Raiders. And look, I'm not going to give you a whole lot of credit, but I am going to look at you and go, all right, you beat the Raiders. Here's a cookie. Now go beat the Giants. And that's doubling up with C-Dub.
Doubling up with C-Dub.
Doubling up with C-Dub.
Why could you be doubling up with doubling up with C double trouble? I don't know.
Always stumping on my stuff. Jesus, what a surprise.
Oh my God.
What a surprise.
We keep it simple, man. That's the world of podcasts. We keep it simple.
Yeah. Let me go get the symphony to do the thing, apparently, to T-Will. We'll go get the Boston Pops or the Philharmonic or something. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need all that. I'm a guy that just looks at everything and goes,
doubling up with C. Did that work?
Yeah,
if not, I'll change it.
That's perfect. Doubling up with C. Yeah, that's perfect.
You know what we should do? Seriously, like we say this jokingly, we should have Ladarius make a recording of the different segments. Some of them, right? Some of them might do like on a.
Give me all the work. Give me some of the work. I got it.
Of course, because I'm a Scorpio and we have to retain some power.
Yeah. Oh God, Lord!
Come on,
too cold Scorpio over here. It's gonna.
Stop it. All right, guys, we're at the segment of the show. Final thoughts. Ladarius, give me your final thoughts on this week, where we are in Falcondom, where we're going, and hopes for the rest of the season. What you got?
Well, first of all, thanks to the amazing people in the audience out there for watching and tuning in. Love you guys. Hope you like, subscribe, following all that jazz. Thank you to C-Dub. Shout out to you, Ron. And now let's go into my thoughts.
Wow! Wow!
Oh, did I forget somebody? I apologize. To that third person, you know who you are. I'll send you autograph headshot, and then we'll be good.
Oh, the disrespect. Okay, go ahead, sir.
You have a lot of nerve saying the disrespect. Says the man who calls it said disrespect. That's what Alanis. When Alanis Morissette was talking about ironic, she meant you. 10,000 spoon. You need a knife. That's you. That's you.
Isn't it ironic? I love that song.
You're the guy. You probably had the one. He probably had the spoons for the record. Now, anyway, I kind of want to close the. I want to kind of get my final thoughts on. I want to kind of get some stats about the upcoming game against the Raiders here, because I know probably for time reasons we probably didn't get to the more in depth on it. So I just want to talk about it here. So we got our matchup against the Raiders. Let's talk about their offense. They're sixth in team seconds per play at 28.1 seconds. So they're fairly quick in terms of how they progress their play offensively. They're fairly fast. And then at home, they're even better, and they're fourth at 27.2 seconds. So, and that's imperative having the home crowd. So when they get those plays off, we have to be ready, avoid encroachments and things of that nature, because they're going to come down, they're going to snap the ball rather quickly. Okay. So the plays they progression is going to be very, very quickly.
Okay.
Now, also, they have a 68.1 team passing first down percentage. That's best in the league. So expect this offense to throw on first down a lot. So like you may get the occasional run, but be prepared for them coming out throwing on first down. Now you're shifting gears, talk about their defense. 46.6 of their drives end up in offensive scores. That's the third highest mark. So they can be scored upon. So if this offense, if this Falcons offense can put together some solid drives, we can get some points against this defense. Because a lot of their drives, like I mentioned, almost half their drives, they're giving up offensive scores, whether it's field goals or whether it's touchdowns. So that's an imperative to kind of get a play that progression there in place. Now, lastly, defensively, blitzing. They blitz 128 times, or 26.3% of the time. They're sixth in blitzes and they're ninth in the percentage. So when I look at this matchup against the Raiders, yeah, they're 2-11, but a lot of these teams who are losing now, they can play spoilers. So to me, that kind of heightens them up. And listen, it's not been a great year for the Raiders, but Antonio Pierce, listen, great linebacker, great defensive guy. He takes pride in this defense, and I'm sure he's not happy how they played all season. But I'm sure there's a little bit more of an incentive, especially he knows Desmond Ridder versus the Falcons. He's going to hype his guy up to play against it, and he's going to hype up that defense as well, because it's Monday night. It's a primetime game. So, just some keys to kind of look out for is that Atlanta has to listen. If we can kind of bring that offense we did in Minnesota, and we can play full, a full game, turnover free. We say turnover free game all the time, but we really can't afford turnovers. Because listen, teams good or bad, they find a way to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
So that's my 2.5 cents. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here, and back to you.
Yes, sir. C-Dub, final thoughts?
Want to thank everybody in the chat. It was great to be able to converse with everyone. Want to say shout out to Ron. We miss you, brother. And then, my final thoughts are simple. Win the game, but also start being accountable. Just own up. It's like this. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be friendly. But if you're willing to just be accountable to what's going on, everybody will look at you and go, okay, we could give this guy a chance. He's worth giving a chance on. You staying on that podium and saying, no matter what, and making it like it all, this is why a lot of us just look and go, what are we doing here? The Raiders are a scary team. There's Max Crosby. And then you got to remember, Chason is on the other side, and he's been playing. He's been like really hot for them lately. He's been making a lot of plays. I mean, he batted the ball and ended up intercepting that said ball. So there was actually a legit awesome play by him. And they're feisty. They put up a fight against Tampa Bay, and it was against Tampa Bay at their crib at the 1 o'clock. So it's all their bodies all messed up with the time. That's what people tell us. So just win this game. You need a get me. You need a win. And Zach, stick on offense for God's sakes with the run game. Tyler was cooking. Bijan was cooking. Stick with it. That's all.
Fair enough. My final thoughts. There were some really good things the Falcons did yesterday. One of them in C-Dub, I thought about you, buddy. I saw on several occasions, specifically on third down, where you had Algier and Bijan in the same backfield.
Yeah.
And you ran to the fullback straight ahead, and you got the first downs on both times. And I think you could do a lot with that because you could also fake that and pitch it to Bijan on the outside, and that could yield big results. So I did like the Falcons blitzed a whole lot more with mixed results. They did get 4 sacks. They did give up a quick touchdown, a deep score, but I think ultimately, if we can find a balance between that, we're going to be okay. Ultimately, you're on the Who ride now, right? Look, there's no room for weakness in this car. So if you ain't about that life, if you ain't ready to scrap, if you ain't ready to fight, you can't get in this car. We have 4 games to prove that we are the superior team in the NFC South. That is the only door that we can go through to get into the playoffs. And that's what we got to do. So going forward, there can't be any egos. We got to make the right decisions. We got to stop them on defense. We got to get off the field. We got to score points. We got to do whatever it takes to win. And that's it. That's all I got. You guys have covered everything else. Everyone in the chat, I thank you guys for joining us. This was really fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And guess what? Come back on Friday, enjoy us some more, and enjoy us the Monday after that, guys. This thing is going to go on all year. So we appreciate your support. We appreciate everybody that joined us this Monday morning. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, and you decided to spend that time with us. And I know I speak for all of us when I say, Ron included, we appreciate you guys joining us this morning. We really do. Secondly,
next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, because we have a Monday night game.
That's right. Okay,
yeah.
Right. Thank you so guys, we won't join you next Monday. We will be joining you next Tuesday morning, which will really be a treat because you'll get our show Tuesday morning, and you'll get C-Dub and Ladarius' show. Well, I guess our show as well, because C-Dub said I could officially claim being a member of the Tuesday night show. Whatever, Ladarius. So
for the record, I don't like it. All right. I want it on tape. I want it on microfiche. I want every form of technology. I don't like it.
I don't know. We may have Xavier and Kofi may have to have a talk and see if Big T is.
We're not talking. I'm not sure. Hey, you guys can stand in the ring all you want to. I'll be in catering.
Oh wow. Anyway, guys, we'll have a show for you Tuesday morning. We'll have a show for you Tuesday evening. C-Dub, Ladarius, go ahead and tell these fine folks where they can find you. Go ahead, sir. Doesn't matter who goes first.
Go ahead, C-Dub. You go first.
All right. C-Double28. Best way to find me on YouTube and also on TikTok, and go on to Facebook. C-Double. That attacked me. All right, C-Double. And then also shouts out to John Cena scaring the living bejesus out of Alford. We still need to know exactly what happened because we couldn't see it, but Alford apparently did. But Just Jefferson got to walk in for a touchdown. So, hey. With that being said, so those are the ways to find me. Tuesday or tomorrow, we'll talk more about this game and to preview the Raiders and try to see where we stand now after this. Ladarius?
Oh, we went to commercial. Sorry. Now,
Tell them where they can find you, Ladarius.
you can find me with this microphone back a little. You can find me at Ladarius_Brown on both Twitter and TikTok. You can find me. That was weird. I had a phone chat from you guys. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's from.
No. Oh, wow.
He doesn't realize we're still in the show. Go ahead, Ladarius.
You can find me at Ladarius_Brown on both Twitter and TikTok. Ladarius_Brown on Instagram. Writer and editor for Beyond Women's Sports. Do NFL previews. The preview of tonight's Monday Night Football game between the Bengals and the Cowboys is up on all social media platforms. And once again, thank all of you guys for all coming in the chat. Once again, C-Dub, Ron, we're thinking about you. And
You had to drink some water before you finished?
Oh, I was done. Oh, was there
wow.
somebody else I missed?
Oh,
my
God. Oh,
man, I am so sorry, audience.
This dude is hilarious. Oh, my God. All right, guys.
That third guy.
Oh, my God.
Always get you.
So, Ronnie Thomas, we miss you, buddy. For those of you who don't know, Ron is dealing with COVID and, some other things going on. Ron, we miss you. We love you, buddy. Hopefully we'll get you back Friday, and we'll see you, my friend. But, hey, you can find me at One Time for the Fan, which airs Wednesday nights at 9 p.m., Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Every now and then on Sunday, although for the most part we don't do Sunday during the football season. We will pick that up once football season has gone by us, hopefully after a playoff run to the Super Bowl in which we win. And then I'm also at this channel, which is the number 4, My ATL Sports, and the number 1 on YouTube. Say again, the number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube, 4MYATLSPORTS1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe, as we need all the subscribers we can get. And come back and join us next Friday when we do this again. And we'll have another show for you. So enjoyed you guys, everyone that did join us. Thank you. Also want to thank God. Would not be here without him. Thank him, praise him, worship him, bless him, thank him every day. Thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done. And thank you, Lord, for this show. And just thank you for everything that you do for all of us, Lord. Last but not least, I got to thank my buddy Jack Spade and my brother Eric Parker for getting me in this business. Also, shout out to Chris A1, man. If A1 ain't doing your video, I tell you what, man. I tell you what, that dude A1 is special when it comes to video. So anyway, shout out, guys. We'll see you. Hopefully next Tuesday we will have a happy result. Hopefully we will defeat Desmond Ridder and the Las Vegas Raiders, and we won't have this for a 5th time in a row. Because I tell you what, man, it is so much more fun to podcast after a victory than it is after a defeat. Just not fun. I mean, it was fun, but it will be even more fun if we can win, and it'll be even more fun, guys, if we can make the playoffs. That's just my spin, C-Dub, because I'm the spin doctor, right?
Yes, you are.
Oh my!
Whatever you gotta do to turn it.
Whatever.
Everything is awesome.
Not provide alternative facts, okay?
It's not alternative, man. You spin, baby.
I'm offended by that moniker.
DJ, spin that stuff.
Yo.
Spin doctor. Guys,
Raw's not bad. Raw's pretty good.
Oh my goodness, guys! Rise up.
Is every day.
Hey, I like that. You know what? We should do a wrap for this show, guys. You're just coming up with ideas. So I think I'm gonna get a soundboard, right? So on the soundboard, we could introduce some of the segments, but on the other ones, I really want Ron to sing. I low-key like. I'm sorry, Ladarius. I really want Ladarius to sing because I low-key like Ladarius's voice. I don't care what Ron says.
Aw, he gave you a compliment, Ladarius. What do you say?
He gave me the golf clap. Whatever. Anyway, guys, we will see you on Friday. Thanks to everyone. Rise up and have a very successful, blessed, and safe week. Love all you guys. Go Falcons. And you know what else? Go Dogs.
Yeah.
Go Falcons. Rise up. We'll see you Friday. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeet. Peace.